And Mr. Speaker, still I rise. I rise, Mr. Speaker, as a liberated Democrat. I rise, Mr. Speaker, unbought, unbossed, unafraid. I rise, Mr. Speaker, as the only member of the House of Representatives to be removed from a joint session of Congress and thereafter to be censured. I have been censured, Mr. Speaker, but I have not been silenced. Censured, but not silenced. Mr. Speaker, I rise today in agreement with the President. This is indeed a dark day. Yesterday was a dark day. Dark days because of lives that have been lost. This day, the USA Today has published an article styled 24 years after 9/11, Alliances Fractured, referring to what happened on 9/11, the lives that were lost to terrorism. And then, Mr. Speaker, there's another article that I would call to your attention in the Washington Times. It is styled, Growing Left-Wing Violence, Blamed for Deadly Shooting. Mr. Speaker, I wish to address violence. I wish to address violence, and I wish to start by indicating that on yesterday, I published a tweet. And this tweet, Mr. Speaker, indicated in essence that this is the time for all persons of goodwill to take a stand against violence. And that persons should do this because Dr. King was right, and his words are right today. We must all learn to live together as brothers, he said. I would add, and sisters. We must all learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we will perish together as fools. I did not know Mr. Kirk. I don't believe I've ever met him. I meet a lot of people, so I may have, but I don't believe that I have. But here's what I know about him. He was a human being. He was a child of the same Creator that created me. He had every right to express his views. He had every right to differ with me as much as he wanted to and anybody else. He had every right to be where he was and to speak on the issues of importance to him in ways that I might not agree with. But he had a right to do this. He had a right to life. He had a right to say these things in venues across the length and breadth of this country, and I would say across the globe. These were his rights. He had the right to be where he was and to do what he was doing. I don't know him as a person who has said things that I would always agree with. But I want his wife and his children to know that I'm saddened by his demise. I'm saddened by the fact that he was assassinated. I'm saddened by it. It is painful. I regret that it happened, and if I could have prevented it, I would have. I don't believe that we should have a country that somehow would have people lose their lives, be assassinated, and then people gloat and celebrate an assassination. So I ask today, what did Mr. Kirk and the victims of 9/11 and the persons who have died in churches while praying, persons who were killed as they were praying in various religious institutions, children who have been murdered in schools, what do they all have in common? The one thing that they all have in common, and there may be others, is that they were innocent people. Innocent people. Innocent people going about their business. None of them were breaking the law. So this is bigger than any one of us or any group of us. It's bigger than any person's religiosity. It's bigger than where you happen to be at a given time. This is about the right to life and the right to speak freely. It's about what the Constitution affords all of us in this country, and about the necessity for every one of us to protect these constitutional rights. This is about people who have been born and fortunate enough to have been born in the United States of America, or people who have come to the United States of America. People who just happen to be passing through. It's about the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and especially life, because without life you cannot have the liberty and the pursuit of happiness. All of these people have in common the fact that they were innocent and the fact that they have lost their lives, some to terrorism, persons who came to this country to impose and inflict terrorism upon people, and some from terrorists within the country, some from people who were just crazed, some from people who were persons that should not have had the opportunity to have the type of weaponry that they had. But they were all persons who were innocent, all persons who had this right to life that I stand for. And so today, I believe it appropriate that I first say a prayer. And then after the prayer, I'd like to make some comments about current circumstances. I don't ask everyone to pray with me. You pray with me if you desire. If you choose to do other things, then do those other things. But I pray this prayer for my country. Most gracious Creator, we know you by many names, but we also know that by any name you are the creator of all that was, is, and ever shall be. By any name, you created air, the breath of life. By any name, you created water, the elixir of life. By any name, you created the star that we call sun, the light and warmth of life. By any name, you created the terra firma that we call earth, the foundation and the home of life. And by any name, I beg that you would understand and pray that you would give me the courage to not only speak truth to power, to speak it in a righteous way, to have the courage to do all that I can to protect all of your creation. So I ask you to give me the strength as I speak today to talk about the circumstances that have...
Wow. Let's talk about what Congressman Al Green just said, because this moment is powerful on so many levels. He stood up and said he was a child of the same creator that created me. And he was talking about Charlie Kirk after his assassination. Now, whether you agree or disagree with Charlie Kirk's politics, and trust me, many people feel very strongly about him, this moment forces us to step back and remember something bigger than politics. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all come from the same creator, the same source of life, and we all deserve dignity, even in death. Here's where I want to spark some debate with you all. When a political figure we don't like faces tragedy, how should we respond? Do we continue tearing them apart, or do we show compassion? Al Green didn't defend Kirk's politics. He didn't excuse anything Kirk ever said or did. Instead, he reminded us that even in bitter divides, there's a shared humanity that we cannot ignore. And honestly, I think that's something our country is forgetting. We live in a time where hatred runs so deep that people cheer when opponents fall, or worse, when they die. That's not strength. That's losing our moral compass. But let me ask you this. If we can't show compassion even in moments like this, what does that say about us as a society? Are we letting politics strip away our basic humanity? Or is there still room to disagree fiercely and still remember the value of a life? I want to hear what you think. Should political divides end at death? Or is it fair for people to keep the same energy they had for someone in life, even after tragedy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading them. And if you found this breakdown thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear this perspective, and of course, subscribe for more deep dive reactions like this one, because this isn't just about Charlie Kirk. This is about who we are as a people.